I am Jake.
And Alex.
And welcome today to our first fresh, full movie reaction. For those who don't know, over on my main channel, when we've done the show, the James C. Reviews, we sometimes film me and whoever I'm working with watching the movie and then splice in later with us just talking straightforward on the couch. Lately on the Movie Book Reactions channel, I've taken some of those watch-throughs and made them their own full movie reactions in vein of channels such as Mary Cherry, Melverse, TBR Schmidt, and many other full-on movie reactors. Today we're going to do our first fresh movie reaction, and I've said that I would only do it for movies I've already reviewed in the past, so for today we're going to be reacting to the Cinema Snob Movie from 2012. We've reacted to quite a few Cinema Snob episodes.
Yeah, it's one of the favorite ones, yeah.
Yeah, I love Brad Jones, and why the Cinema Snob Movie? Well, as of today, when I'm posting this video, the Cinema Snob Movie officially turns 10 years old, so I figured, why not celebrate?
Yeah.
Got my Lloyd approved shirt on. And have you ever seen this before in any way?
I think I've seen some snips, yeah.
Brad actually,
not the whole thing.
Brad actually reviewed his own movie for the show a few years ago to promote the sequel's Indiegogo campaign.
Yep.
And before we ramble on too much longer, let's jump into the reaction and hope you enjoy what we have to say.
Sounds like a plan.
Walkaway Entertainment, in association with Stone Gremlin Productions.
What city is this filmed in?
Springfield, Illinois.
Okay.
There he is.
Mr. Phillips, hi. I need some help on a movie project.
You have 60 seconds.
Excellent. I know that you help fund low-budget, independent films. I'm a writer. We've already got a director for this project.
What's the movie about?
African-American man in the 1970s. His parents are butchered by a crooked roller derby owner. His sister is forced into prostitution. The only way to get revenge is to be one badass, double-handed, shotgun-wielding, roller skating, disco dancing motherfucker.
You know the title for this film?
Black Angus.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
We're not going into this with zero in our bank account. We have enough saved up.
Wait, you came into my office about a year ago, pitched another movie like this. Something about a casino getting flooded during a hurricane, and the customers have to fend off sharks that got loose from a busted dam.
Part of that's not a bad
What did
idea.
you call that monstrosity of a film anyway?
Card shark.
Predated Sharknado.
It's Black Angus. That's the
Exploitation is dead, Craig. You want my help? Make art. Make something important.
I'm sensing some autobiographical elements here.
Yeah.
You're right. You remember Card Shark. And how could you
Card
not,
Shark.
right? You didn't think it was a
a
great
good
idea
game show.
back then. And guess what?
You just need to find that one exploitation that clicks with him. You gotta Tarantino his taste. Why do we have to go through this fucking guy? You cannot film a movie like Black Angus without a little help from the upper class.
How about we go the Ed Wood way? We get baptized and get a church to produce our movie.
I once pretended to be a Scientologist so I can get a free ticket to go see Battlefield Earth, and I still get emails from those people.
I
Probably
got
wasn't worth it.
Depends on the movie, I guess.
A slasher film set in a mental institution where the residents are picked up one by one by the ghost of a former patient who was left there to die by the hospital staff because she was performing self-mutilation. Welcome back, Cutter.
Jeez.
Right? You cannot have a movie titled Black Angus and not have it set in the 70s. You cannot have the funkiest blaxploitation revenge film ever made without a roller disco.
Why don't we
Made by two white guys.
Because you know what
Like all the best blaxploitation.
minds make an art film. Do you want the fucking Doom Generation?
I do not want the fucking Doom Generation. I'd rather watch a 3-year-old prostitute get played.
I think I might know how to get us some money.
Hey, Keith.
Look who it is. Spoonie.
Oh. Out of place, yeah.
One day, you're sorry, that's fallen in.
Did we go to high school together?
Yeah. Did you like
St. Patrick films. I'm the one who shoved chocolate pizza up the best kid.
That was you? You're a legend!
He was known around campus as the Peeping Tom.
Dude. So, that's our idea.
Yeah, I mean, it's got kind of this Tyler Perry meets roll bounce feel going for it.
Okay.
I guess I can help you with your little project here.
Honestly, we don't need that much money.
What about actors? Not to mention paying the actors.
See, that's what we've got covered. We're gonna have our friends, they work for free, and we know they can act.
How?
Friends spend their entire lives pretending they like you to your face. Friends are natural born actors.
The hell kind of friends did you have growing up?
You know what, doesn't matter. Friends it is. So, do you guys even know any black people at all? You do want
Pretty
the character
important.
playing Black Angus to be black.
We don't actually know any black people.
No, we're not racist.
No.
We just.
It's okay, fellas. I know who can help.
There he
Oh,
is.
this guy.
Gentlemen,
Vladimir Jackson. So you motherfuckers don't know any black people in this town, huh?
You told him?
so what are your acting positions?
Y'all couple? I played John Ingram in a complete stage draft of Folsom Run Deep.
He also played the whale in Moby Dick.
How do you play the whale in Moby Dick?
Same way you play a runaway slave in Einstein. Either way, the folks gonna catch up to you.
And he was an homicide.
What made you want to get into acting?
It was when I saw the winners. Really? Group of black folks could take something as white as the Wizard of Oz and blacken that bitch up in the story so dark, no one ever talks about Wizard of Oz anymore.
Yeah, I guess it is a little difficult to add some urban touches to Judy Garland.
They tried that once.
Babes in Arms. You know your oldest.
No regular black kid died.
We would love for you to have the lead role in Black Angus.
And what?
Well, that took some doing, but we got him. Maybe next time you tell him the plot before you go right into the title. How the hell did you get in good with a roller rink?
Well, there's a record store strike in 91.
Gee, really, if it weren't for you, we couldn't have gotten in there.
We would just have to resort to shooting in the parking lot.
Kiss
Like
your
they're
hand
doing.
right now, but I didn't think it would cost me money.
Put those friends of yours together so you can start shooting ASAP.
Where are you going?
Fairfield's 5 miles that way. Now I gotta hurry because I already hear the voices of people.
Weird rich guy.
Yes. Is he walking?
Yeah.
Excuse me, Miss Phillips. I need to request something coming to these things. I got offered the scene in the feature film. Think less Spike Lee and more Durville Mark.
I don't know who that second guy is. Did you make boys in the hood?
No, not that, no. Black Angus.
Black Angus. You know what I'm saying?
Someone's trying to get on my good side.
I also run a film club that meets every week. It'd be nice to throw some color into ours.
I bet.
This is a really shitty green screen, Neil. What about these poles?
Local sex shop go around.
Green screen, poles. Isn't this a little much?
Well, obviously we can't go back to the 1970s.
You gotta do what you gotta do.
Mr. Phillips?
Oh, please, call me then.
Green screen.
Well, green is my lucky color.
I'm here to tell you that there will be no movie.
We've got to need an actor. We don't need you.
That's where you're wrong, Spielberg. Vladimir's mine. I offered him the lead role in Black Beauty.
Black Beauty? Isn't that a little racist?
My theatrical racism has nothing to do with this conversation. You'll also have no permits.
This is Central Illinois. Who uses permits?
Brad shot all his early films with no permits.
Oh.
Of the local
But this is a
film.
professional film, so they had to take it seriously.
Next time you write a script, think to yourself, what would Orson do? And then we'll talk.
Ryan is the perfect amount of pretentious.
We've already got the roller rink. Why don't we just film it there full time? It
Work
should
for
be
disco.
hard to shoot in one place.
How many of us exploitation filmmakers had to rewrite an entire script?
Fucking Gene.
Yeah, assholes. I'm still here. It's nice to see you want to help so badly that you figured I'm sitting right across from you. You could put the shakedown on some snooty film snobs. What am I gonna do? Take over the copies of Days of Heaven to Jerry Lewis Marathon? Last time I butted heads into this film commission, they sent my sister an audition notice. Next thing you know, she's auditioning for Springfield's first $1 million hardcore porno. What happened? Did she get the hell out of there? What, are you kidding? She's now the highest paid STAG actress in Vegas. Now she writes what I bring in a year. I honestly don't know if it was worth it knowing what's been done to her ass, but still. She's okay.
Drinking and drinking until we convince ourselves that we've already made this movie.
Brad got drunk a lot in his 20s.
SS Girls was a billion times more disturbing. If SS Girls had taken place in an extermination camp, I'd agree with you. But it's in a whorehouse, so it might as well be a musical.
So this is really a genre? Nazi-exploitation?
Yep.
You guys don't see anything wrong with this?
Oh, yeah. God forbid.
Whoa, 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 whoa. You know what I never had before?
What?
Yeah. The Cinema Snob punches Nazis.
Really?
My mom.
You think you could get us an anchovy pizza?
When you get turned down by the film commission, you ask the richest man in town to help you get a pizza with slimy fish on it.
It looks like if you crossed up.
Ever had anchovy?
I have had anchovies,
Not
yes,
sure if I
but
should eat this or stick it in the corn.
I can't remember the last time I did.
Our insect problem.
On pizza?
Well,
I believe it was.
let's eat this before you come up with any.
Never had the chance myself.
Tastes salty.
That's what the soda is for.
Fish and pizza really is a good combination.
Nope.
So, okay, Ryder, picture this then. How do you fix the problem?
The C. Thomas Howell approach. What's solving? Howell wants to get into Harvard, so he puts on blackface to get a minority scholarship.
No.
Presto, he's in.
That's it! We put on blackface and we go down to the NAACP and we tell them that the film commission is infringing on our rights to make Black Angus.
Oh my God, no.
No. I've seen that, so I know how to make blackface. Good God!
We could dress up like Indians and argue that we actually own the land.
Springfield?
That would actually give us a lot of filming space.
No! No red face, no black face. You can't cross-dress.
What about yellow
Just
face?
like the Booker. Get dirt on the film commission.
Yeah, I got it.
What you got? Really?
If he thought of something, he'd remember it.
I think that whole moment was improvised by Brad. We've all been there.
It's off to a good start.
Okay, I got it. Neil.
So, fine. Thanks, Pete.
Alright. I know how we're gonna do this.
Do what?
To get this movie made. Do you even remember last night?
Dude, my mouth tastes like fish. Do I really want to remember what happened last night?
You're hanging out with Gene. Where the hell is Gene? This film commission, they meet once a week to, jerk off to Robert Altman flicks. But what if I were to become one of them? Are you kidding me? You like Caligula more than part of this. Yeah, but
Brad's favorite movie.
it's a character. I'm pretending that I'm infiltrating the deadliest mafia in the Midwest. How dangerous can a film snob mafia be? They gave Shakespeare in Love Best Picture. So you get
Harvey Weinstein.
I tell them that I'm financing an art film about the plight of African Americans in 1970s small town USA, and we need permits. Why wouldn't they give them to us? They don't look like racists, do they?
Wow, you're
Perfect way to win an argument.
You can even act, but first things first.
The fuck are you gonna wear?
Gray up the beard a bit, keep the glasses, Leonard Maltin.
Dude, not even Leonard Maltin agrees with Leonard Maltin.
Leonard Maltin
Keep the beard.
sucks.
High-pitched feminine voice, Rex Reed.
Rex, Myra, Breckenridge, Gene.
You know, I think I got something.
Put it to the bone. I got a bone to pick with this one, which should be put to sleep at the doggy pound.
Fuck you.
Forgotten about Jim Shaw.
Well, how about this black suit? I went to a screening of Monkey Shines once, and George Romero gave a Q&A, and there was this guy there who asked this deep, philosophical question about the bond between Alan and Ella the monkey, the evolutionary bond between man and primate dating back to the Stone Age.
It's a movie about a monkey that kills people.
Romero just laughed the guy off and said, "Glad you liked it." The guy wore a black suit, slick back hair, and Jeffrey Dahmer glasses.
Not bad. Man, are you sure you want me to do this?
Oh no, my dreams of playing hipster Charles Manson werewolf hunter are shattered.
Okay.
Might want to take the cap off. But then again, they probably have to reveal it's a bad wig.
I haven't had hair this short since I cut off my rat tail.
You have a fucking rat tail.
Fuck you, you had racing stripes.
Fair enough.
Well, costume time.
His shoes on this time.
Brad went barefoot a lot in the early years of the show.
So,
There he is.
You look like the wormy college professor who everyone thinks is a killer, and then it turns out to be the dashing school psychiatrist.
I really think I should be going for creepy. There's just one other problem. This costume is not going to fool Phillips.
Tell him that you've experienced a Saul Paul transformation and seen the error of your ways.
What about a name?
Like how we still have the smoke.
You'll ever
That's too French.
Yeah, we see you out the window.
Okay, Claude Forgas.
Claude Forgas. I think you could do better than that.
Based on Claude Forgasio, Italian filmmaker.
Okay.
Introduce yourself. Get a feel for the people, get a feel for the room.
I think I got it.
Do you? You don't even have a name yet. Remember, this is for Angus, the young black disco roller skater who has to have his vengeance.
Right on. Wonder if Klingerbrink is there.
He must be new here.
He must have needed somewhere to turn when those damn chipmunks did so well at the box office. The name is Derek Silver. This is my wife, Annie.
Kennedy goes to Hollywood.
That part?
So, what's your name?
Dawn. Vincent Dawn.
Nice name.
You like that one? I think it's pretty cool.
Vincent? This is Sandy Paul. No relation to you know.
Lloyd Kaufman or something?
Heavens no, Charlie had.
Right. Charlie Kaufman. He does take a crowbar to the word linear.
Yeah. Enter Jillian, Brad's wife at the time.
Okay.
Come on, you're present.
And your name is?
Vincent Dawn?
Dan Phillips. And what better night to join than on Being John Malkovich night?
What?
We watched Being John Malkovich, and we paused the movie every time we want to talk about something symbolic.
So this meeting could go all night then?
That would be fucking brutal.
Don't worry.
I've seen Being John Malkovich.
Sure you do.
Yeah, it's been a while for me.
Not a fun experience.
We go to We do it because we have to. To put food on the table, to provide for our loved ones. We never do see our dreams through. And the saddest part is we never see that ceiling getting lower and lower. But what if? What if the ceiling was already that low when we started these worthless, dead-end occupations? Now these low-hanging ceilings.
This guy
they may
masters
be
the
but what if
stuck-upness
there were
with the
a light
drink.
at the end of that tunnel?
Swirl.
A tunnel. We could see our lives through the eyes of someone who has already achieved all their dreams in life. Wouldn't we all like to be John Malkovich? Dim the lights, and don't forget to yell out pause when you want to discuss something on screen. Pause! A pause right out of the gate.
I heard that they do this with the Big Lebowski.
Oh.
I'm not sure if I'd be a fan of all the pausing, but that'd be a much better movie to do it with.
Get one out of the way.
Beg pardon?
Cigarette.
You seem pretty cool. What are you doing here?
Obligations. For Nancy.
Kurt. Vincent.
I'm gonna say why you're here.
I just love the word Malkovich, spoken 100 times in a single scene.
Right on, man.
I'll see you upstairs.
That's an excellent point, Sandra. I've never thought of John Cusack's ponytail as a symbol of the anti-apartheid.
8 hours later.
So, don't keep me in suspense, Malik. How did it go?
8 hours. It took 8 hours.
Oh, pretty
to watch
close.
a movie.
Yeah.
Where years ago, I tried getting my money back for 2 hours.
Then why the fuck weren't you there to pick me up?
I was there at 11. I didn't see you, so I assumed you walked home.
You kidding? 11 o'clock and we hadn't even gotten past the opening credits yet.
So, did they buy
I
this
think they need
whole
to change
vest
strategies.
that you're wearing?
Jesus fucking Christ. Just because something is weird doesn't make it smart, doesn't make it intelligent. It's
I
a movie
agree.
about people who want to fuck inside of John Malkovich. I'll write a movie about a celibate monk who gets reincarnated as Ron Jeremy's dick. Oh my god, I'm a fucking genius.
Hey,
I'd watch that.
Alright, was good.
I have to pick the movie for next week.
You?
Well,
Yeah.
There's some art films that even Warhouse like.
fine, yeah.
Okay.
And they'll VHS tapes.
Are you still eating that pizza?
Dude, it's really fucking good.
It's probably gotten bad at this point.
How about necromantic? It's artsy.
It's necromantic.
It's sick. I don't think they're ready for suicide by masturbation.
Nightmares.
I'm not comfortable enough to watch porn with these people yet.
Okay. Crash. The good crash. The Cronenberg crash.
They watched it 2 weeks ago.
Really?
The car crashes symbolize
Tell people
how-
who get turned on sexually by car crashes.
I got it.
Oh, Vincent, I'm glad to see you back. So what movie did you bring for us this week?
Totally worth it.
Confidence back.
Oh, it's Sallow, The 120 Days of Sodom. And it's by P.P.S. You know, I love
His last film before he was murdered.
Huh?
Well then, we should be in for a real treat, I should say. Pasolini enthusiast. Though I must say, his Canterbury Tales just has a smidge more depth than Arabian Nights.
Arabian Nights was more like Arabian Days.
No, this man knows what I'm talking.
I do?
Stick with me, Vincent. They'll come around.
Am I missing
I get this
something?
feeling that all the women and men want to fuck him.
I've seen Sallow.
Really? Well, I think you'll all find that Sallow has the fiber that was missing from his previous pictures.
It features a scene of people eating shit.
Where's the
Ugh.
sketch?
Piccola sembrava te, congelate di cioccolato fandora di Nestlé. Tenente, consigliando nel miracolo per reparare. Sorry, non è la Milano, Stato per Natale.
That would totally be me in
Scusa,
a group of uncomfortable people.
un attimo.
FYI, not the actual filmed audio.
I think
Yeah.
we should all, I could say that this is the anti-happiness, the anti-joy, the true look at sadism with lovely landscaping. But I won't do that. I think it should
Gotta
be
appreciate good landscaping.
Vincent should come up here.
That's your film.
You brought the movie to us, Vincent. Now come on up here and dish out some salad.
He's gotta drop his pants for that.
You can't really talk about Sallow without first talking about the shit. Now, this could be excused as just, hey, we're going to show a bunch of shit eating on film. It'll be seen as something other than pure exploitation. The shit is a metaphor. It's not to be taken literally. The shit represents our dependency and addiction to the eating and consuming of mass-produced foods. Just as its indictment on the human body, the shit in this scene goes to show that we are so dependent on factory foods that we might as well eat shit, because our body is also a factory.
I think it's almost word for word from his review.
Huh? It's pretty good.
He probably needs a bath after that.
Yeah.
What the hell was that you were spewing anyway?
It was shit.
Who are you?
I'm just a guy who likes looking for the deeper meaning in people dining on a smorgasbord of feces.
Because you're Vincent Dawn, eh? Hey, I've been meaning to tell you that SS Girls was one of your best movies.
You're,
Bruno Mattei fan? So much so that I picked up on you using his most popular pseudonym. Can you tell me your real name?
Craig. Golightly.
That's even faker than your fake name.
Yeah, well, it's real.
But a little bit of advice.
Next, I see you bet my life.
Yeah, I guess I have.
Excellent choice in movie tonight. I only threw up about 5 times, but I agree with every point you made about that film.
The movie's quite a wide load to take in.
That it is.
Brad does have a good shit-eating grin.
Bye, Holly.
Now get
That's one
ready.
way to make friends.
Yeah, you get ready. The film's about to have a big shift in tone.
Do you have to define me in every conversation, Arch?
If I didn't, Derek might think that we get along just a little too much.
We don't get along too well. You can go now.
Well, since Derek went home sick.
I just watched male-on-male rape, hopped off with someone getting their tongue cut out.
Well, seems like the kind of thing that would normally turn a girl like you on.
Well, this girl is asking me to go to sleep early for once.
It's funny, the characters are having an affair. In real life, these two are now married.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
A little foreshadowing. It got dark.
The hell are you all dressed up for? Philip's on the phone. He just called an emergency film club meeting and woke me up out of a sound sleep. It's about 5 p.m., Craig. For those with nothing to do, sleep. And those with something to do, dream of sleeping. I dream of getting my movie.
Fortune cookie logic.
Yeah.
He's eating cheese balls with a spoon.
It's fun dining.
Kind of surprising, isn't it?
Do you remember?
Yeah.
Scott Bakula.
Wait, what?
Scott Bakula.
Ladies and gentlemen, our very own Arch Keating. Police responded to a call from his house. They find Arch with a knife gouged into his spleen. But that wasn't all.
Where's the rest of the crew?
They also found that a bat, wrapped in barbed wire, had been shoved up his ass, all the way till it came out his mouth, shattering his teeth and ripping open his lips.
Oh my fucking god!
You said it best.
Sounds like Negan was
Use
involved.
this as a lesson. So many unfinished works, from George Sulzer's Dark Blood, Orson Welles' Don Quixote, to carry
Shot
out
on
this life
video.
of seeing and film things that may or may not be there.
Today's discussion, the Golden Arch.
Is that a different group?
Yeah, it's their way of paying tribute to him.
Oh.
Candy? You okay?
I'm just a little shaken. I think this is how we wanted to go.
I really didn't know Arch that well, but dear God, I hope that's not true.
Warning.
Hey, Film Snob.
Can I help you guys?
Detective Ted Adams. This is my partner, Kelso. Sorry to hear about your friend, huh?
I met him once.
His asshole looked like SpaghettiOs when they pulled the bat out.
Oh, why are you telling me this? That's really disgusting.
I'm trying to get to know you fellas. Well, I don't think you'll be eating the rest of the night, Mr. Don.
You know my name?
You're on the list.
What list?
The film committee list, jackass.
Hey, Vince, need a ride?
Good Lord, yes I
Good
do.
timing. Is she on the list?
Yeah, we'll keep it.
Well, obviously.
How about you and I go get a drink?
Yeah.
You hate these film clubs, and why do you go?
Because I hate my husband.
I think that made me want to spend less time with him. And why are you still married?
We've been married for so long, I don't even think about divorce.
My longest relationship lasted a few months. She made it 10 minutes into Caligula before she assumed I was going to stick my fist up her ass.
God, it must kill you to be a part of that film club.
Hey, if it means Black Angus will have his day, then it's worth every fucking thin red line I have to sit through.
Hey, I'm a geek.
A geek that argues Fulci and Argento, not Lean and Ultimate.
Argento is the better artist,
Fulci,
but
all the
Fulci
way.
still
New
kicks
York
ass
Zombie
in the action.
Beyond. Those
I'll
movies
take your word
were
for it.
cool, stylish, interesting,
I'll show you some of
great
their films
music,
sometime.
and just plain fun.
Neil's right. I am a pretty good actor.
Fuck up.
They were married
You
at the
know
time
what?
they made this.
I don't think it'd be very smart.
They
of
got
us to be
divorced the
talking
same
about
year this
each
came out.
other's
Oh, really? That soon?
Yeah. Awkward.
Call me.
Ooh.
Oh, a little creepy.
Mm.
A lot creepy.
Normally this guy has a beard, and unlike some folk, he actually looks a lot better with the beard, like less creepy.
Mm.
Well, that just happened.
Does he become your prime suspect?
Well,
Honey, I did it again. Why won't you judge me? I need to be scolded.
flip phone.
Wait.
Well, maybe he's not the prime suspect. Oh,
Yeah.
well. It's pretty gruesome. Fairly realistic.
Depends on the light.
Meet anyone specific?
Wait, are you sitting here in the dark?
I was never. You missed my speech about death in the movies.
I'm sure I'll hear it again the next time three celebrities die within days of each other.
They definitely don't seem like a happy couple.
Back at the film club. First notch, now Derek. Someone shoved a phone into his eye socket and then jammed the phone down his throat.
Jesus Christ!
Who are we to judge Derek's perversions? Chaplin, Polanski, Woody Allen.
Victor
All of them
Salva.
have probably masturbated into their phone.
Oh, gosh.
The Silver Lining.
So it's nice to start himself with friends during a time of tragedy.
I'm not painting a very good picture of your husband.
Even an ugly picture can still sell for $1 million.
If I had $1 million, I'm sure Derek would look great on my wall.
You're very funny, Vincent. I like you.
Ooh.
Candy Silver?
Yeah.
Howard?
At this point, I try to find another way to fund my movie.
2 people in our group are dead. What happened? They killed themselves after the 12-hour repeat viewing of Gone with the Wind?
Baloney.
Someone killed them. Akira. It's not like
No shame.
you
Who
know
hasn't
what
eaten
you call
bologna
that.
lately?
Look at me. I'm the douchiest looking person there. I'm honestly surprised I wasn't the first one targeted. But you were.
He's not carrying his weight. How come he's not out there getting the
Oh,
filming?
well, he's waiting to get the money
Yeah.
and permits so he can direct it.
Would you mind stepping outside?
Sure.
Seems like a nice place you have there, Vince. Or should I say Craig? With a name like Craig Goliath, I can't say I blame him for using Vincent Dawn.
Is there something specific you guys needed?
I understand the need to go all incognito and rub it under the guy's nose.
I just met Nancy.
If you find out anything else, you let us know. Dude, who the hell was that?
Ooh, you really like shirts.
Want to be in the movie?
We switch sides.
What?
Oh. Neil's Nancy.
You, fix your hair. You're coming with me.
So where are we going?
To solve a mystery.
What mystery?
2 people were killed, Greg. Don't know if you
Well, her name is Nancy.
We know this film club better than the cops do. We can find
He
the
just
person
joined.
who did this.
I don't know if I want to go all blue
velvet on this situation. I'll have to sleep with a lounge singer, you'll get jealous, I'll get the shit kicked out of me by Dennis Hopper.
Might get a blowjob at knife
the
point.
song Ingredients the same way again.
A weird relationship.
Here's what we got. Sandra, Dan, Candy, and this guy.
Wait, why am I on there?
Really don't know each other that well. Alright. My husband is an asshole, so right away he's a likely suspect. Then we have Sandra. Always happy, always smiling.
Maybe she's not who she seems.
Yeah. You know a little something about that.
I'm trying to get in good with this film club, and killing them really wouldn't help Black
Maybe it's time to cut your ties.
Wait, what about Scott Bakula?
I don't think Scott Bakula is the killer.
No, at the last meeting, there was a guy there named Scott Bakula. Has anyone talked to him?
No! I don't think it was him.
Back to the park.
He looks so familiar.
There's been a couple of Brad stuff and
Thanks for meeting us.
You look different in the daylight.
Oh, shit.
What's your name?
Chester.
I'm Nancy. This over here is Vincent.
I know. You're the two sleeping together behind Dan's back.
We're not actually
Keep a
sleeping.
secret, right?
Probably.
I don't say anything anyway.
Why did you join this club?
I like watching black and white art films where people have sex with Jesus.
What?
Well,
It's kind of my thing. This way I can see it out in the open amongst other people and no one will judge me.
What kind of films do you people watch?
I kind of remember that one.
You can't find something like that in any other genre.
Violent Shit.
What?
Violent Shit. It's a shot-on shitty movie where a guy crawls inside of Jesus and then gives birth to a baby. It's pretty bad, but that's what happens in it.
I might have to check that one out.
It's real, and he's reviewed it.
yikes.
Well, we got stuff to do. See ya.
Get up. Leave.
I don't think he was exactly clear.
I'll just be here.
My film companions.
You. Come in. Cleaning lady off today?
Oh yeah, I'm sorry. It's
I
so
love
hard to
the
find time
big
to think when I'm
sideburns.
so busy thinking about last week's topic.
Yeah, that was a good one, right?
I'll honestly never eat shit the same way again.
Oh,
Huh?
It showed me the light. I used to see all the mainstream movies. They were there to entertain me. Me! It was so nice of them. I was a film critic at the time. I got
The other
fired
guy
for 5 stars.
less soft-footing than this guy.
Damn it, I'm saying
in different ways.
I found entertainment.
What was your name again?
Well,
Oh, well,
shit!
I guess it's not
Get
him.
the fuck out of here!
Walk slow.
Nah, it's gotta be the husband.
Okay, guys.
I just saw a man die.
Cookie? They are divine.
I never really suspected you, Craig. Sandra?
Maybe.
Shouldn't be caring this much.
Like you said, gives us something to do.
I love the Easy Rider and 1941 posters in the back.
I see the easy side.
Shitty baby cult.
I don't like cops. We have a nasty habit of thinking I'm guilty of stuff.
What else have you been accused of?
It's for this scene that Brad lost 80 pounds.
Oh, jeez.
Wanted to look good, and he got naked. This must be awkward to rewatch now they're divorced.
Yeah, a little bit.
Hey, it's Sandra. No, we need to stick together. Well, fuck you too. No. Listen,
Oh, we barely knew ye.
Adulterers! What the fuck? No, I'm just kidding. Come on out. I need to talk to both.
So what's so important?
Okay, we've been using this film club as means to get our permits, right? What if we do 2 movies?
You really are turning into Bruno Mattei.
One's Black Angus, the other is a documentary. We document the mystery. Maybe even get a few of the slashings while we're at it.
If we're around when these murders are taking place, it's highly likely we won't live to see this documentary through. You've already missed key parts of the story, so your documentary would be missing the first act.
Yeah, we reenact this shit.
Cause that's not offensive. I thought you hated mockumentaries.
I do, but not when it's mine. Plus, we're making a movie called Black Angus. You don't think we're gonna offend somebody?
It's gonna offend white people who think black people will be offended. And as for your fucking documentary, I'll stick with Bruce's
Most offended group.
A man shot with an arrow that a pencil shoved through his dick?
The killer returned to the apartment only to shove a pencil up an already dead man's dick?
That's what they said on the news.
Well, of course.
What is with this fucking guy? Seriously?
And then there were 4.
2 of our remaining members. The lovely wife, the Gable to my Lombard. She's also a lot better than the movie Gable on Lombard. And you, Vincent Dunn.
Where's Sandra?
Where the hell is Candy?
Bad green screen.
Oh yeah, Sandra was found shot to death last night. They still haven't found her nose. So I noticed you've been spinning a lot of
Bring a lot of booze for 4 people.
Look, Dan, you
Guess
guys
they
were
always stock
close
up.
to me. I don't have a car, and your wife offered to give me a lift.
It's okay. It gives you 2 the perfect alibi. You
Cock.
couldn't kill our people. So let me get to know you better, Vincent Dunn. What's your favorite movie?
Citizen Kane.
He
Good choice.
Citizen Kane.
Though I thought you'd have picked something a little more obscure.
Inchon.
No one's actually seen it.
Never released on home video, but due to bootlegs, Brad was able to review it.
Yeah.
Hey, baby.
Listen, Nancy, I'm out. This is getting too fucking dangerous. I can't do this anymore.
You always
Well,
thought
it's about
we were
time.
Right. Hell, you probably
If
thought
you're long
we were
enough.
freeway like little mice. We prefer our Italian movies to rip off American movies. And we prefer Fulci. Fulci, Craig, you gotta give us that.
You can't go back on the full sheet.
I just wanted to apologize for earlier. I guess my documentary idea was a little stupid.
No, Neil, the more I think about it, it's a great idea to make a snuff film.
I would have done it tastefully.
Well, it is a news story. They're in the middle of it. How do you come out better than Black
Are you
Angus?
sure she's not the one you're looking for? So you're absolutely sure she's not going to stab you in the chest with an ice pick? I'm just trying to watch out for you, man. Maybe there's 2.
More than you did in real life.
I'm just so serious, little God. You know it's not impossible to rig up a crossbow and shoot somebody at the exact moment they stand up.
I'm more worried about Dan Phillips.
How could she be responsible?
Well, of course. You probably like
Trying to throw us off.
Phillips doesn't even like exploitation. What makes you think he wants it in his real life?
I'm sleeping with his wife?
Then you should ask for those permits now, before he slices your throat.
That's a good call.
Dan, it's me.
Yes, Vincent, I know.
It's Craig Golightly.
Oh, yes.
Really? So all I had to do was put on some glasses and slick back my hair, and that was enough to trick you?
I honestly don't think about you that much, Craig.
I know it's not your taste, but I like what I do, okay? I don't get a lot of Black Cobra anymore, you know, so I gotta make Black Angus. You do the things you love, right? That's what I'm doing. It's not for you, it's for me. It's for guys who grew up on the shit that I grew up on.
I forgot that even though I may not approve of what you do, doesn't mean you don't have passion. What would Pauline Kael do?
Pauline Kael hated Clint Eastwood and preferred Exorcist too. Fuck Pauline Kael.
You're right. Fuck Pauline Kael.
See how easy that was to say?
It's Dan Phillips. I need to talk to you about some permits.
Maybe it wasn't him.
Hey, as you may have gathered, I'm not that happy being with Dan. I never thought I'd actually be saying this, but I don't have to be with Dan for you and I to be together.
What do you mean?
Maybe I don't have to be married to Dan. Do you want to go get a cup of coffee or something?
Yeah, I'd like that.
Nancy Phillips? You're under arrest for the murders of Dan Phillips, Derek Silver, Arch Keating, Sandra Kaufman, Scott Bakula, and John Doe.
Officer, she was with me. She was with me when John Doe was shot with an arrow.
Look, you don't have to cover for her anymore. Just be glad she didn't take a meat cleaver to your testicles.
Help me!
Well, I don't think we have to worry about the permits anymore.
So you got the permits?
No, you idiot. Dan Phillips is dead. The sick fuck stuck a snake down his throat or something stupid, I don't know. And then the cops arrested Nancy for it.
A snake? We really weren't far from that gerbil comment, were we?
Would you please start taking this seriously?
What do you want me to say, Craig? The guy who single-handedly tried to ruin us is dead, and now we don't have to deal with this bullshit to get our masterpiece done? Hey, yeah, I'll be giving a really moving eulogy at his funeral.
I'm not
Fair point.
Dan Phillips, Neil. She didn't do this. She's innocent.
How do you know this?
Have you been watching Nancy Grace so much that you just assume everyone is guilty?
Grace. A writer who is on a regular basis. Who are you calling?
Someone for help.
Who's left?
I always thought you guys forgot about me.
That's his left. Yeah.
I don't understand what you guys need from me.
It's been a while, like over an hour.
Find out some more details about this case.
Maybe there's some things about Nancy that we're not seeing.
I'll see what I can find out.
Good. Go to Nancy's, look around for some evidence, talk to neighbors. You think you can do that?
Craig, I really don't care all that much about this situation.
You also shouldn't care about getting caught snooping through houses.
Should make that documentary.
Adams. Nancy and I have been investigating these murders ourselves. There's no way she could have done this.
Really?
Define
Get
investing.
Marlo.
Does anyone know what the hell happened to Candy?
Huh?
She's not really involved in this film anymore.
She has an alibi.
She's really broken up.
So
too,
does Nancy.
about her loss.
Candy's alibi was recorded.
Is that a dart on the board?
Yeah.
Many darts.
Okay. Magnetic.
Vladimir? Oh, he's back.
Mr. Phillips, he's dead. And I was gonna think his dad's up to the Spike Lee.
Dan Phillips was Spike Lee to you?
I'm coming back because I need a job. That movie you guys were talking about, that Black Angus thing.
Well,
Some shirt.
it seems. We've had some.
Looks like either paint or
this past week.
cum.
I hear that. We Black Angus again.
Vladimir, you never stop being Black Angus. Black Angus isn't faceless. Black Angus isn't someone who could just be replaced. Black Angus is all around us. He's in here. He's in there. You aren't playing Black Angus. You are Black Angus.
See the director coming out of him.
Yeah.
Now come with me. We got a mystery to solve.
Oh, what?
So this is the end of the group? Looks like it. Unless you and I are gonna get together every week for a Bergman marathon.
Maybe not.
Probably not gonna happen, huh? Don't like something because you're supposed to like it, Chester. And for that matter, don't dislike something because you're supposed to dislike it. You know what movie's pretty good?
The
1941. Great flick, really. Make up your own mind. And tone down the creepy factor a little bit.
I can do that, Vince.
It's a good speech. I've seen 1941. It's actually pretty fun. A little bit messy in the editing department, but it's fun.
Did you buy anything? She has more Fulci movies than Argento movies. When she gets out of jail, I'm gonna have a talk with her about that.
We go about this all wrong, Neil.
Some guy was killed peeping in on some naked chick.
Let's start thinking. We asked the neighbors.
I'm feeling this would have already been done. The answer to the neighbors bit.
Yeah. Mystery voice?
Help me, Craig!
What the fuck?
There's a safe at the Phillips residence. It contains
candy?
Does this sound like candy?
I can't tell. You don't even sound human.
You found one. Call his number back.
Son of a bitch!
What do you think the killer is?
One of the cops.
Going to the peeping Tom girl.
Well,
What do you want? What do you want?
Sorry, baby. Once you've been interrogated black, you can never go back. On your word.
Isn't this a little drastic?
I know what I'm doing.
There was a man.
I know there was.
we know that.
No, another man. He was tall, wore a mask, black gloves, black coat.
Black mask? That Jet Li be doing some killing.
Ten call, please.
I believe you. This man will make bottom you would kick from behind.
I guess they're good now.
Little method acting here.
Guantanamo shit behind them.
What the fuck was that back there? You think I would have done the baseball otherwise? Damn it, Neil, what have you two been doing?
I got the mirror crawling up my ass because two of my men are waterboarding foreign innocent women.
Good one. That big squeal on it. You know she gonna get some good butter for that one.
Would you tell that black son of a bitch he even stares at the wrong side of tits? I'll get you a fucking SAG card.
Hey, mister, someone told me to give this to you.
Yeah.
The news.
Fuck me.
They also said it was a friendly warning.
Who gave you this, kid?
It's past my curfew. I gotta go.
Neil, I'm gonna need your help.
Hang tight, little buddy. Angus and I are on our way. We're on this case like black on fat white kid.
Alright, I'm
Well-
at 917 South State Street. Just hurry.
Oh, dead people.
Got a pretty impressive body count for a comedy.
No.
Without Craig, we ain't got no words.
These aren't airsoft guns, are they?
I was dreaming of being an action guy, but no one does action movies like they used to anymore.
So what do you got?
I got some that can make Fiji stay alive. I got some that will make Diana Ross and the Supremes come back together.
I love this dude. Now we find out who the killer is.
Hi, Mr. Golightly.
Fuck.
Huh?
Surprised?
No, not really.
It's the arm that
It would
gave
have to have
away.
been someone I met before.
You're about 2,000 short on the money.
What do you even need that for anyway?
It wasn't about the money, Craig. It was just an escape. See, now we have your fingerprints all over the safe. The exploitation filmmaker is so butthurt that this tiny little club wouldn't let him make his piece of shit movie. So he goes crazy. And then he decides to kill himself. Right in the head.
Are you sure? You sure I didn't shove a loofah up my ass afterwards?
Maybe I got a little carried away.
Why are you telling me this? I'll be dead. What do I care what you're gonna do to me afterwards?
Hello?
Craig, it's Gene. Look, I was doing some digging on that cop you were talking about. Adams was let go from the force 3 months ago.
Craig knows all
Oh, okay then, thanks.
No problem.
If you're not a cop, then who the fuck was your partner?
One of my old stool pigeons. He didn't know I was let go.
I'm gonna regret asking this, but why the fuck did you kill those people?
We're one and the same
You might remember my father, Jax McKenzie, directed Birds of the Bronx, beautiful birds on a loose in New York City. It was a fun flick. They laughed it off the screen. It wasn't just that they thought it was bad, but they judged it on merits that Birds of the Bronx shouldn't have been judged on. Bad acting? Who cares? Preposterous storyline? That's the point. Too much gore? It's a gore film! But my father couldn't take it. The critics saw to it that he never direct a B picture again. One night he pours himself a drink and then BAM!
I agree with you, Ted. It's stupid. A pretentious critic will usually look for some deeper meaning in something that's not supposed to have deep meaning. But your dad could have made more films. Look at Joe D'Amato. He never made a critically acclaimed film in his life, and he made hundreds of movies. If you're gonna do exploitation, you need to have thicker skin.
I am not one of those guys who would have judged your dad's movie on the same merits as The Godfather.
None of you fuckers ever did anything about it. All the cinema snobs and the gore hounds and the indie freaks bitch week after week. Why aren't there any good movies anymore? How come there isn't any good exploitation? Transformers, #1 at the box office. Tyler Perry, Medea's big fat shit, #1 at the box office. The fucking Chipmunks made over $100 million!
Yes.
All you people bitch. People who make recycled shit for helmet children.
Is this the whole theme of the movie right here?
Box office is not equal quality, Ted. We are stupid, stupid people. We make hits out of reality television and Adam Sandler movies, but the only thing that we can do is hope that our own films entertain someone. Was it worth killing all of these people just to make a point?
Yes, because it was more interesting to me than anything at the multiplex.
Awesome. As if I knew there was gonna be some bacon. Great.
God.
Looks like I'm the action hero now. You take care of him. I'm gonna go get Adams. Got it.
Oh, believe me, I got too much blood pumping out of me. You did good, Angus. You did good. That guy's gonna be stopped by 5% fight for. How's that gonna be good for me?
You two shut up. He just got shot in the arm.
We are having a moment.
You know, I think I might have actually seen your dad's movie.
You know that not even the word sleaze would fuck that movie.
Well,
I just killed a man.
so we're the real police. Where are all the dead bodies going if they're the fake police?
Neil wants to start filming Black Angus tomorrow. I told him he should at least let Vladimir's bullet wound scab first.
It's the movie shop.
I kind of like playing that douchey film snob prick. Maybe there's something to that.
Look, just do me a favor first. Shave.
Ties into the fact that in the early years of the Cinema Snob, Brad was clean shaved with hair. Now he has a shaved head and a full beard. And they lived happily ever after for at least a few more months. Decent makeup for a low budget film.
Yeah, I agree.
Remember they mentioned Card Shark earlier?
Yeah.
Ryan, who directed this, edited Sharknado 5 and 6.
I guess I was unaware that there was a 5 and a 6.
Yeah, when he's not directing Brad's passion projects, Ryan Mitchell is a professional film editor, and he actually, I think he's edited like over 20 films, mostly TV movies, like stuff for either the Sci-Fi Channel or Christmas movies for Hallmark.
So Stella Blue is not a real place in Springfield? They didn't get credit.
They might have changed the name, or I think Brad might have mentioned it's no longer in business.
There's one in Nashua.
And that's that. So, that was the Cinema Snob movie, now 10 years old.
Yeah, hard to believe it's been 10 years.
Crazy. What did you think of it?
Well, I think one of the first things that you need to do is, and it really kind of came clear to me towards the end of the film, when he was talking to the cop. I can't remember his name. I'm terrible with names, by the way.
Detective Adam.
Right. And I think you have to kind of remember the context of this film, and you have to kind of put aside the same yardstick that you would judge a movie that goes into the actual theaters. I think you need to put aside that first. Like he was saying, the goal of these movies is to entertain somebody. You know, it may have the dialogue, and he went on his laundry list of items, and I think this movie, certainly if you take that same lens, I mean, it had some issues here and there, but I mean, overall, if you kind of take a step back and apply that same filter that he was talking to Adams about at the end, I think it was a good film. And I think there were also several elements that even if you used that same yardstick as every other movie, I think some things still even hold up well.
The movie was definitely made for the fans.
Yes.
It was just meant for the fans of the Cinema Snob show. And I agree there are a few flaws, and even Brad and Ryan Mitchell, the director and co-star, agree. A big thing, and this is a technical thing, a big thing that Ryan and Brad were never fully satisfied with was the sound for this movie.
Yeah, I was going to say something about that, because I think that's the thing that jumps out the most there. It was hard to hear some of the dialogue. Some of the dialogue was uneven in the film as well. Not the dialogue, but the sound level for the different characters.
Off and on fully, pretty much.
Yeah.
For what they had, I think they did all right. Like, the film's budget was only $12,000, I believe, or $16,000. It was under 20. And interesting fact, this movie was not filmed straightforward. It had a pretty sporadic film schedule. According to Brad, they just filmed it whenever everybody was available. In fact, they took a break in filming this so that Brad could go off to Chicago and film his supporting role in the Channel Awesome movie To Boldly Flee.
It must be a nightmare with some of the consistency pieces and making sure that everyone's wearing the same outfit and everything's in the same places where you left off.
And you can tell a few times that this was shot out of order. The main thing being, Brad was going on a diet because he was going to take his clothes off for the sex scene. And he said once that he lost, when he went on his big diet, he lost about 80 pounds.
Wow,
and,
I wish.
And you can tell it was shot out of order because his weight keeps fluctuating throughout the film. And
I think I would see that maybe if I rewatched it.
And there's also some moments where literally within the span of just a couple of shots, the character of Neil's hair goes from really short to all frizzy and afro-ish.
Well, see, he was in and out even inside of the film, so I didn't pay attention as much to Neil just because they kept checking back at him at irregular intervals, going back to the apartments. I think I must have just figured, well, that's what he's been doing since the last action happened.
A lot of characters kept going in and out. The main ones being Gene, played by Noah Antweiler, Spoonie, who literally, like in Vladimir, played by Orlando Belial, I think that's how you pronounce it. I think they were gone for well over an hour before they came back.
You almost forgot about them. I think I even made a comment there. And it's like, poof.
But it was cool to see because, like a few of the others, Noah was playing a different character, different than usual. And Orlando, he played the main villain in the Channel Awesome movie Suburban Nights. And it was cool to see him. Like, he played a real action-y role in Suburban Nights. And I found his character, Vladimir, to be very interesting and entertaining because he comes in playing the tough, badass black guy role. And then he kind of shows out to be a sensitive actor, and he goes back and forth between those different personalities. Like, he's really, the character's an actor, and he's really stretching his, I guess, range.
I agree. I think he was probably one of the more endearing characters. Now, he's one of the characters that I found it a little bit harder to hear consistently. So I think that's where the sound issues came in. There were certain voices that didn't stand out as much. But I think it is one of, for me, I would say that there's two big strengths for the film. And I think one of the strengths was some of the individual acting performances. I thought he was good. Brad Jones, of course, I think had to almost carry the film there. He had a, I think, little Jack Nicholson kind of vibe to him.
You're not the first to say that.
What?
You're not the first to say that.
I think he has a little Jack Nicholson vibe at certain points. At other points, I feel like he kind of looked like an older Leonardo DiCaprio, but I don't know. But he had that kind of wilder, unpredictable, you know, the shifting emotions that Nicholson sometimes does. So I thought he was a very strong performance. I thought Neil was a pretty decent performance as well, especially towards the beginning. I think he helped carry the beginning, which was, I thought, a little bit slower until the killings start happening in the film. I think he helped carry that part of the film.
Yeah, like Jake Norville was at one point a very good friend of Brad, and Brad's admitted he is a good actor, and in the other films they did with him, Midnight Heat, he was very strong, had very good presence, could carry, and he did a good job as Neil. He's a fun sidekick to Brad. He does go in and out a bit, and near the end he's a little harder to like, but he's still entertaining. The Dan Phillips character, the leader of the film club, that's actually the film's director, Ryan Mitchell. And I don't know how you feel about him as an actor, but he definitely nails the stuck-up personality.
Sure, yeah. I think those two, though, were my favorites, plus, you know, Black Angus. I thought the second strength of the film, I actually felt like the writing was fairly good here. And despite some of the twists and turns, I felt, and even where you have been talking about how the film was shot in different pieces, I felt that the writing was fairly linear and that it knew where it was going, and it had, you know, a beginning, a middle, and an end. And they kind of saw the vision of where they wanted to go and brought it, even though it was bizarre, right? In places, I feel like the writing was fairly intentional, and I think it helped also carry the film.
Brad is a pretty good writer, especially when it comes to dialogue. And I agree, it does keep you interested. There's a decent mystery going on. It takes a big turn when you see Dave Gobble get stabbed in the back, which is clearly a send-up to Brad's love of slasher and giallo movies. But yeah, Brad is really good at dialogue, and I'm not sure I'll go as far as to say he's on par with Tarantino, but as far as having dialogue that flows and they work in pop culture references and make it sound natural, he's very good at it.
Yeah.
And
it didn't feel like an extended episode, where sometimes you kind of get that feeling it's just another extended episode of their show. I didn't get that sense here. I felt that this was an original, you know, piece of writing and movie.
Exactly. It was its own thing, kind of, again, a prequel to the show, explaining how the show came to be. And it's interesting because the show exists in this movie's universe, as it later explored in the sequel. So does that mean Nostalgia Critic, the channel Awesome Movies, the Cinema Snob has been in, also exist? It's like Last Action Movie hero levels of I'm hard to follow, I can't understand everything. And I guess the last actor I'd ask you about is, what'd you think of Brad's, at the time, wife, Jillian Zorowski, as Nancy?
I definitely thought they had charisma. I thought she was a little bit more wooden than some of the other characters and some of the scenes that she was in, but I mean, she was on screen for a lot of time, and somebody that may not be a professional actress. I mean, I think she did a decent job with the parameters of what she had. She knew the assignment, and it was executed. Do I feel that she was wooden in some places? Yes. Again, you have to take off that hat, right? You have to take off that take that yardstick away of how you judge, you know, an average movie, a regular movie, and say, you know, it's not the same production quality.
The acting, while a little stiff in some places, I'll definitely give it this. It is way more energetic than, say, a Lifetime movie.
Don't tell my wife. Yeah.
Where everybody is just so stiff, you almost think, do they even know what acting is? You're supposed to emote.
Or it's the same story, just a different setting. Yeah. Are they at the ski lodge or the bookstore today or the coffee shop? Which version of this same story are we getting? Now, I said there are the two strengths that I thought overall carried the film. I do want to give kind of an extra credit third strength. I don't think it was a full, strength of the movie because it only came in random moments. But I thought the special effects around the killing moments, I thought were pretty good for a low-budget movie. I assume I'm giving credit to the makeup artists there that helped with that film. Now, again, that wasn't throughout the film. It was only in those murder scenes. But I do think it gets at least a half star for some of those special effects.
Sweet. The stabbing in the back, I think, was probably the most impressive. And at the end, when Adams gets shot to shit.
And see, I thought the eyeball scene was pretty realistic myself.
There's a few lines you could see, but yeah, like the in there was pretty good.
The eyeball was good, yeah, getting shot in the shower there. Was it in the shower? I think it was in the shower.
The arrow in the neck.
Yeah, I thought that was very good. I mean, obviously, at the end, when Adams got shot, that looked fake, but it was supposed to look fake. It was all part of, wrapping it up.
Yeah, they gave the fake fire effect on the gun.
Yeah.
And what did you think of Zachary Lavoie as Adams?
Well, again, I thought he was one of kind of like those more wooden characters.
The fun fact is, that guy is actually the most legit actor of the cast.
Really?
He's a former child actor. He played Steve Martin's son in Parenthood.
Because I even thought the other cop was more believable than him.
Well,
or the cop.
Yeah, he's like a fake cop. I thought he put some good emotion into that final monologue where he rants about his dad.
Yep. And it helped build, again, I think that was the whole message of the movie was, at the end there where Brad was talking about the movies and almost like his life's mission there, he's spilling out on camera. I thought that was really, the dialogue there was probably the best throughout the movie.
I'm not sure non-Cinema Snob fans could get into it, but if you're into, like, say, the obscure, the exploitation movies, I think you could really get into it. But again, this is really a movie made for the fans. So, on that note, do you think you would recommend it?
Yeah, it was good. I think to its credit even that made several predictions as the film went along, but that I didn't even know until I saw the big hairy arm, who the actual killer was. So I think even on that angle, pure entertainment value, it did entertain someone, it entertained me today. So I guess mission accomplished.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Well, glad you enjoyed this big full-on movie reaction. First time we've done this from the ground up with a full intent, and there might be more to come in the future. Happy 10th anniversary.
10 years.
Happy 10th anniversary to the Cinema Snob. And if you liked what we had to show here, then go by and check out the full film yourself. Congratulations, Brad. We will see you again later.
All right, enjoy.